Agriculture in Zambia has the potential of enhancing economic growth and reducing poverty, because a well-performing agricultural sector can contribute to employment generation and broaden the country's tax base. With 80% of Zambia's population dependent on agriculture, the sector is the main source of income and employment for about 70% of the labor force, mostly rural women, who constitute more than half of the total rural population. Low adoption of agricultural technologies, lack of access to organized markets, and limited access to market information has for some time been affecting agricultural development, especially for smallholder farmers in Zambia. Against this background, government, with funding from the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD), is implementing the Enhanced Smallholder Agribusiness Promotion Program (E-Sapp) with a goal to increase the incomes and food and nutrition security of rural households involved in market-oriented agriculture. Project implementation will be for 7 years. The government, through the close to $30 million E-Sapp, is targeting a total of 61,000 smallholder farming households, translating into about 300,000 rural people across the country. A minimum of 30% of the targeted beneficiary households should be women, while 20% should be youths. E-Sapp is supporting farmers by facilitating agribusiness partnership financing with value chain players such as input suppliers, traders, aggregators, and processors to enable them have timely access to good quality inputs and profitable, well-organized markets for their produce. To achieve this, the E-Sapp has a matching grant facility intended to catalyze the commercialization of smallholder agriculture.
The main mode of support to our smallholder farmers, as you might know, our farmers are faced with a lot of challenges, to do with low productivity due to the methods of farming that they are using, and also they have, poor access to good quality inputs, such as seed, as well as the other agricultural chemicals that support, agribusiness commercialization. So this program is supporting smallholder farmers through a matching grant facility. This is a facility that gives, funds to smallholder farmers, either directly for some categories of smallholder farmers, or through the SMEs that are already working with these smallholder farmers, in order to support them so that they have access to good quality input. They also have access to, storage facilities such as bulking centers. As you know, most of our farmers are located in the far-flung areas, and the markets where they're supposed to sell their commodities are far away from where production takes place. And the times when they harvest, the market is quite flooded and the prices are so low. For them to secure a very good price, they need to store what they produce. They also need to add a bit of some value to it so that it attracts a better price. So the program is also supporting the construction of bulking facilities, direct to smallholder farmers, and some of it that is going through the SMEs, and also the support that is going towards the mechanization.
Government, through E-Sapp, is aggressively promoting farming as a business school model, FARMS. The program has built capacities of especially subsistence farmers through intensive mentorship in practical demo plots for them to acquire both technical production and business skills before grants are given to them.
Centimeters manyi yaluli maina kalirako hapo munifotokozera. Okay. Chukakana ona jumilaini tutopangika.
The FARMS model mentors farmers in the entire value chain of a chosen commodity, from production to agro-processing.
Business.
FABS aims at changing the farmers' mindset so that they take farming as a viable and profitable business. It covers vital aspects of agribusiness such as record keeping, marketing, through bulking and agro-processing.
FAB is basically farming as a business. It's like its genesis, it comes from these farmer field schools. Now that in farmer field schools, we used to concentrate in terms of production, how the farmers increase their production, but when FABs came in, there's a component of a business. We don't just leave farmers to produce and leave them there. No, we need to help them market their crop. So basically that's a FAB. And the FAB is comprised of about a group of farmers.
We have supported smallholder farmers who are actually basically subsisting, those who are producing just for consumption. So these smallholder farmers who are around 40,000, we have established schools that we call farming as a business schools, where we are actually training them in first and foremost just understanding farming as a business. The government is training these farmers to understand farming as a business. After training them for a cycle, when we are comfortable that they have grasped the concept of farming as a business, and we have also empowered them with the skills of how best to produce their crops and their small livestock as well as their fish, then they become eligible to receive a grant to support them to start production so that they can go into doing farming fully as a commercial business activity. Right now we have completed the training of over 12,000 smallholder farmers and graduated them across 20 districts across the 10 provinces. These are producing, are involved in rice, some of them are involved in beans, such as the common beans, the cowpeas, others are involved in soybeans. Others are doing small livestock such as goats, village poultry, while others are actually involved in fish production.
During project implementation, E-Sapp has been able to record some positive impacts, while productivity has increased per hectare because of project interventions. Farmers are now using improved seed varieties of rice and beans. Additionally, farmers are using good agronomical practices from site selection, land preparation, planting, correct fertilizer application, pest and disease control, harvesting, and post-harvest handling. Farmers have acquired knowledge and skills using the Farming as a Business Schools FABs to improve their production, entrepreneurship skills, and improved food and nutrition security.
Kulingana this year pamuna n'obulimi bwesu tulingire tupange ng'ando mwakwikara omusuma noti abana n'abafurairo muri ekara mukayanda kanunu tien tukwate ng'ando omusuma a vision twapangire 2019-2020 season ing'anda mwamona pana twambukura na tuimba foundation ing'ando obukuru iri 10 by 8 meters twarabika footing twambe n'okurira cement kyonse natupeka nyakare mawe natumakare macrash stones natukwata aya kubika mfooting nomutenge tulebika omutenge wa Nigeria.
The project's interventions have improved farmers' livelihoods in project areas such that farmers are now able to buy bicycles, building better houses, buying farming equipment and inputs without depending on Farmer Input Support Program (E-Sapp), and are able to pay for their children's tertiary education. Emily Piri of Chikondi Farms at Chamuseche village in Katete district is a 33-year-old divorced mother of 3. Emily's dependency on conventional farming resulted in low yields, let alone hunger, in her family. Through mentorship in farms, Emily adopted conservation agriculture, which has significantly increased her production in soybeans and maize. In the 2019-2020 season, she harvested 42 by 50 kilogram bags of maize from one lima and 42 by 50 kilogram bags of soybeans from 1.5 acres. Emily sowed part of the yield, enabling her to generate 8,000 kwacha. She anticipates to purchase oxen to increase hectareage under conservation agriculture to enhance her household's food and income security. She is optimistic of meeting her children's educational needs.
Malimidwe tenzolima chabeja chilimire limeko maso sasunga mbili. Tenzopanga mizele nubyala chabe mwina nguvimbe uko unjika patali kochitanga kuti ni mwana chabe kuti nikaputuza. Koma pomwe tinapa maphunziro ya E-Sapp tinaphunziramo malimidwe ya bwino ndipo moyo wanga wasintho chokera last year pomwe tinapa maphunziro fika chino chaka makololedwe yakhala yosiyana. Chaka chino nakolera bwino kwambiri. Nakhutitsidwa nazo zomwe nakolola. Komanso jaswabe zinimbogulisa yose inangu tima kazinga kulingana momwe tinaphunzirira tikazinga nusakaniza na chimanga nukagaisa tiphika phala nubwera ijaswabe nziso anatiphunzisa kuti tingaphike ni ndiyo tingaterekeko soyabe nzija yathumako nuiphula nufenda nuitsuka nuterekaso yapsha nuchekera ku tomato onion soti salad vose tikudya ni ndiyo banja lathu ilikukhala la thanzi
kapemphe mamashini waonera kuti mbeu itu yakaisite value addition kufuma pa mtengo ujoko yizeko pa mtengo uwemi pataipangira nthowa inyake.
Farmers are strongly encouraged to put into practice knowledge gained in their respective farms. Dorothy Nyirenda, chairperson of Tigwilizane Farms in Chasefo district, is leading by example. In the 2019-2020 season, she converted from conventional to conservation agriculture with an instant payoff. Her yields have increased. She has sold 40 bags of shelled groundnuts at 18 kwacha 15 ngwe per kilograms, netting her 12,600 kwacha. Mrs. Nyirenda plans to expand her real estate business by building a third house.
Masinda uku apo tindayambe E-Sapp tikalimanga chisawawa. Tikalimanga mvimzele, then kulima pakulu, novuna ikulu. Sona mwili kwizira E-Sapp ikutisambizia kulima magampo, then na lipping. Tulima pa size, then vuna ikuwa ikulu. So ncho chikulu chomene tisambilirapo pa E-Sapp. Then kufuma up. Kuliso mbewu zitulima ngani legume. Kulisiaba soybeans tupangako mukaka ngani nkhani ya kuma nutrition kutetezi ya kupilimbindira bana. Tupangako mukaka, herbs, then na porridge tuwapangira bana. Nipo bana bitu sono bali na healthy we michomeni. Chinyakeso kusiaba tupangako na ngauli nja kuno kukaya ni peanut butter chimponde. Then na siaba zila ngata ponda then kuwaikira ku porridge bana bakuba makola chomene ngani nkhani ya nutrition.
E-Sapp has a multiple commodity focus countrywide with specific provinces chosen based on their comparative advantage within the selected commodities. These include legumes mainly supported in northern, Luapula, eastern, central and western provinces. Rice in northern, Muchinga and western provinces. Small livestock in southern, central and northwestern provinces, while aquaculture is mainly focused on the Copper Belt and northwestern province. Specifically, the program is developing agro-enterprises by giving financial support through matching grants to smallholder farmers in groups and micro, small and medium enterprises in order for them to effectively produce value-added products both for domestic and export markets.
The approach for E-Sapp, we are trying to see how we can improve the marketing aspect of rice. At the same time, we want the incomes for farmers to increase alongside the productivity. So the main objective there is just increasing the productivity, increasing the farmer incomes at household level, and we hope to see the increase in the asset base of the farmers after the project has ended. In terms of processing, we hope our farmers will improve their packaging, because right now farmers, they can just sell from any vendor, but we want to organize them in such a way that the E-Sapp will build a bulking center in each farm. Because at J, like, we have got 2 camps, and as I mentioned, we've got about 4 farms there. So we want to merge 2 farms like in 1 camp, then we shall put a bulking center there where farmers will be trained in terms of processing the rice, the sharing part of it, the quality controls, and the packaging, so that they can have that power for them to market the rice at the price that they're supposed to sell, and like anyone just going there and buy.
To this effect, farmers and micro, small and medium enterprises are eligible to get up to 3 million kwacha grant from government through the project to support various agribusiness activities such as development of bulking centers linked to outgrower schemes, development of supply arrangements, and facilitation of trade agreements, processing and value addition, and seed multiplication.
E-Sapp is supporting Southern Province and a few other provinces. Here in Southern Province, there is a value chain on livestock, there are value chains on crops, but here in Southern Province, farmers have chosen the livestock, small livestock value chains, because the crop value chains are almost well established already. Challenges of marketing are there, which E-Sapp is addressing, but here they are building more on the value chain for livestock, small livestock in particular. So E-Sapp is actually enhanced the smallholder support, is helping us with the goat livestock and also the village chicken livestock, village chicken value chain.
Farmers have also been linked to input and output service providers like New Dawn, Nanet, Pamaco, just to name a few.
Nanet is basically an agro company that was incorporated with a view to get involved in the agro marketing, that is agro commodities, and also input supply and delivery. Yeah. So for now, our core businesses basically are in rice. We do outgrower schemes in Mungwe, that is in the Chambesh Plains. That's where our activities are carried out right now. This money will go towards the purchase of implements for farmers. We need to mechanize the farmers so that they can actually have efficiencies in the production of their crop. That is what is very key. Production is reduced because the work is so much labor intensive. So we want to bring in mechanization so that farmers can produce more crop by increasing the hectareages under which they produce the crop.
E-Sapp has a matching grant facility designed to encourage smallholder farmers to invest in small and medium enterprises involved in aggregation, value addition, processing, and marketing. The matching grants will improve capacity for farmers to engage in viable and sustainable production and agribusiness.
It has attached a lot of importance to our smallholder farmers across the country. And we have attached importance especially to our very, very vulnerable smallholder farmers who are struggling to ensure that first and foremost they have enough food on the table, for their families, and also to ensure that they have got a surplus that they can take on the market, for them to start generating an income that will enable them to take their children to schools and also be able to handle health issues when any of their family members fall sick. So with the conditions which are so relaxed, this is almost saying government is trying to give free money to the smallholder farmers for them to go into farming as a business. And then the government doesn't want just to go and throw the money at the doorstep of the farmer and say, can you now use this money and produce? Because if the farmer doesn't know how to produce, then that money definitely is not going to be put to good use. If the farmer doesn't have a connection to the market, they'll produce, but they'll still come back to government and say, we have produced so many beans, can you now help us find the market? So the model that the government is using through this program of creating partnership between the farmer who is producing and the person who is already on the market is a very good opportunity. And as a person coordinating this program, I think our farmers have got a great opportunity to take advantage of this program and go into farming as a business.
FABS is an innovative agribusiness model which will stimulate growth in smallholder agriculture. It will enhance farmers' entrepreneurial knowledge and skills, reduce multiple risks associated with climate change, foster mutual benefit interaction between farmers and the private sector. E-Sapp's matching grants present an opportunity for farmer groups to invest in food processing and value addition to ultimately transform smallholder farming through agribusiness innovations.